Chinito. Something.
No, it's actually like a royalty-free drop in YouTube.
Oh, but it's kind of like his, right?
Yeah, it's like it's almost like all like corrido tumbados.
Yeah.
And which I've been in that for like a while.
Yeah.
Like it's going hard right now. So like I was really into like a lot of traditional stuff like Ramon Ayala or something like that.
Los Relámpagos.
Los Relámpagos. Because I was in a band.
Oh yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like a banda.
Yeah, I was the lead singer in the band.
No mames, for real?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. Gets down or what?
I get down a little bit, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's been a long time since I've been.
Damn. Just listening to you, I wouldn't think so. I would think you were like...
Nah.
Like I thought, man, maybe this fool raps or something.
I'm a little thug or something like that. No, but all of us here.
This fool's like a screw music guy or
something. The southern part of Dallas.
Yeah.
We all talk like this.
Oh yeah.
We all use our like the bottom of our voice.
Yeah.
Most of the people, like if you go further north and stuff, they use more like their nasal passages.
Yeah.
So like they're like, yeah, man, what's up, man?
Like in LA, like in East LA, they sounded different. Like they sound different. They sound like, hey, what's up, Holmes? Like they sound like those kind of, like people in Gentefied. Like,
oh yeah.
But like where I grew up, like in like the neighborhoods, like Inglewood, Compton, South Central, Long Beach, we talk a little more like,
what's up, homie?
Yeah, what's up? Like because a lot of us grew up with like black fools. So like so even if we weren't friends, like they learned Spanish. They learned slang from us. We learned slang from them.
It's the same thing here. I think it was more. Damn, we should be recording. Oh, okay. Yeah, we should growing up here in Texas. I think all of us were mixed together. Like there were no boundary lines. Like if you were poor or you're all together.
Oh, because you're broke. Yeah, you unite
all
on being broke.
You're broke. You're broke.
That's a good mentality to have. In LA, I think LA has a lot of like racial politics.
Yeah.
Like, because like where I went to high school, we used to have race riots. And like, so say it's a high school. I went to Inglewood High School in Inglewood, and say it's like a high school, 3,000 students. Yeah. Like, man, no mames, for Martin Luther King Day or Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Like it's divided. It's divided, dog, and the gangs would fight each other. Yeah. And like even if you weren't like in a gang, like I'm a square, like I don't bang and never did none of that shit. But you're like. You got to back up. You got to back up your people. And I get there's an aspect that I understand about that, and like, but yeah, like in LA.
Y'all ever had like a black homie be on your side? And
yeah, I mean there was
or like a güerito.
We only had. I always joke around with. There was 2 white fools in our school out of like 3,000 students. Yeah, and one of them was like in a Latino gang. Yeah, and then one of them was in a black gang.
Oh, he was like the Miklo of the.
Yeah, and these fools hated each other.
Oh
man, they would fight each other. And but it was kind of divided that way. But like people, there was like all the square kids got along. Yeah, I knew black fools that were cool, but they weren't bang. Like they wouldn't bang. Yeah. And like. But over there in LA, it's like a little more race politics a little bit.
Yeah, like, I think we also had like a little race riots as well. Yeah, but it wasn't as bad. I think. You know what I'm saying? It was more like 7th grade against 8th grade or.
Oh
like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The hierarchy.
The hierarchy. Yeah. That was just it. Like I don't think there was really much about race. Yeah. It was just like, hey man, we're 8th grade, we're bullying the 7th grade. That's it. Yeah.
In LA, it felt a little more racial.
Racial,
like
right?
during my time, it felt like. Yeah. I think now, the younger kids, they're like, they're a little more mixed. They're like whatever. But when I was coming up, it was like when I was a kid, and then like in my teens, it was a lot of like, it was that post like. It was the death row era. Yeah. And then like after the death row era, so it was, and there was a lot of cholo shit, and there was a lot of like.
What era did you like? The backpack era? The backpack era was probably more for like the fashionable nerds, right? Like
like a square like me, Yeah, because I grew up on like like the hip hop shit I loved was like MF Doom.
Oh yeah,
and
MF
like
Doom,
like Quasimodo and shit like that. Yeah. But I also like I grew up like I love Biggie and Tupac. Yeah. I mean, my shit was like I actually came up like I was into like punk music and heavy metal and shit like that, you know. So like,
because also like on the show y'all have Chicano Batman that does the
they
theme.
did the theme song. Yeah, the one where the paletero.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, the paletero like comes out and the wall.
It says this fool.
Yeah. We had Chicano Batman do the theme song.
You know who's really into Chicano Batman? My homie Luis.
Yeah, Luis. Yeah, he was telling me he saw them in concert.
On the way from San Antonio, man. That's all we were hearing from his side. Like if you put the aux cord, he'll put that on.
They're dope though, huh?
Yeah, they're dope. They're dope as fuck. And it's a lot of political and radical songs, man. That's badass.
Yeah, they're
it reminds me a lot of like Tupac and a lot of music from that era when they were like really trying to talk about the government or the stuff that's really like hindering the hoods and stuff.
Yeah, they're cool, man. They did the theme song. We like reached out to them.
Oh, that was dope.
And they were dope. We just said we just need an instrumental. Like, you know what's funny? It's like the instrumental was kind of influenced by a Texas artist. So there was a song by Sonny and the Sunliners.
Sonny and the Sunliners.
Yeah.
They're from like Brownsville, right?
They're from San Antonio.
San Antonio, I think.
Yeah. So old school, like, you know, Chicano soul, like from Southern Texas. And they have this song that's like, I forget the name of the song, but it's a real like psychedelic sounding song. And then I played it for them, and I was like, something like this. And they had a song similar. I go, something like instrumental, but it has a little bit of a swag to it, like a soul, you know? Yeah. And they came up with that, and we were like, damn, that sounds dope.
Yeah, it sounds really dope, man. Yeah. And I also saw your, like, Don't Tell comedy special.
Oh, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's only, like, the 10 or 11 minutes. But
cool. It was actually dope, because, like, you know, every time my girl comes and she's, like, she got, like, a little hater at work, I got to hate on the hater, too. Like, you know? So, like, I relate to that, man, especially when you're with couple. Yeah. And all those couple and relationship stuff, it's all relatable. So it's
thanks, man. Yeah, man. I appreciate that.
Dope. Don't tell. And we were seeing the series like as soon before you came here. I was like, man, I gotta watch this series.
Thanks, dude.
And because Luis was telling me, he's like, bro, you gotta watch this series. This series is not like the other series that you've seen. Yeah. Which is the other one that like really turned me off from being like all this like Chicano stuff, but. Man, I'm telling you, this fool. When the episode that really got to me was Los Botes, because my family, they don't really recycle. They just recycle because they know they could get money off the.
We call it like hood recycling.
Yes, hood recycling, man. Yeah. But like, or like my dad would like pick up like a washing machine and break it apart and just get the
fierro.
Yeah. And then the rest would just lay it there at the house. Just gathering dust. Yeah. It's just so I related to that, and then so also the whole religious stuff where like now these millennials or like this generation now doesn't really believe in it, or like they don't keep up with the traditions that we have from back in the day.
Oh yeah, I think there was the first communion episode.
The first communion episode, we say, okay, es el diablo.
Es el diablo, yeah. All that.
And he had, like, he was telling all the stuff that he used to do, like, hey, man, I'm sorry. So, like, it's just a really good program, man.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, the recycling thing came from, you know, when I was living with my mom, I was like in my early 20s, and there was some homeless fool stealing all the neighbors' recycling. So that fool would hop out. He would hop your fence and all that. And if you had una bolsa de botes, te la robaba. Era listo, you know. And then one day, like, my mom was like, and you know, like, people in the hood, like, you know, but for your listeners, if they don't do hood recycling, but like, you know, your family is like, they gather botes and stuff like that. Like cuando era morro, like when my grandma, we would go and pick botes. Yeah. Like, you know, we would go and then take them to recycle. So my mom would have like 2 or 3 bags que llenaba por un mes or like longer. And, you know, you go to the recycling center at the supermarket, you get your like $40-$50, sometimes more. Yeah. And you go buy some mercado, you know?
Some you can buy some meat. You buy like a little fajita for $5.99 when they were $5.99.
Yeah. So then one time, there was this fool in my neighborhood jacking like all the neighbors and us, the recycling, and my mom said like, "Oh, ponte listo." And then, so I had a bat one time, and I came out and I saw this fool jacking. And I was just this homeless black fool. He's a nice guy, but I knew him from the neighborhood. Yeah. And I was like, "Hey, you can't fucking take this shit!" Like, and I felt bad, and I was like, you could take one bag, but no more. And then he was like, all right, cool. Like,
you're a good guy.
Yeah, good guy. Yeah.
Oh, man. I remember those times. You know what we used to do? Like, on Sundays, we would go to, like, the flea market, which here is called Trader's Village. Mm-hmm. And we go to the flea market and, like, we would go and visit all the stands, but, like, there would be a lot of botes de aluminio.
Yeah.
So my mom or my dad or somebody would stay behind us and they'll start picking up all the botes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like, sometimes we'll be embarrassed, but sometimes I'll be like, man, come on, man, we need this money, man.
Yeah.
Like, you want some fajita or what?
Yeah, así era, like, una fiesta or whatever.
Esto para los frijoles.
Yeah. Agarra las bolsas para los botes.
Agarra las bolsas para los botes.
Yep.
And it'll be all old grocery bags. But sometimes, like, when we go to Trader's Village or something like that, or the flea market, they'll pick the botes. By the time we'll get out of there, it'll be a black bag of garbage full of botes.
Dog, when I was a kid, iba con mi abuelita and we would pick them from the trash cans.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, that's when you're, like, working class. You know, you're working class and you're broke. Like,
that's when you didn't have a lawnmower so you could go and mow lawns. Yeah. No, you go over there and pick botes.
You pick botes. You pick botes. So that's what so I remember it was crazy because, like, when we were writing on the the show, I was one of the writers of the show, and it just shows you, like, different people have different experiences, you know, like, and it's kind of a class thing, like economic class, you know, like, because I remember there was a writer on the show. She was Latina, you know, she was from, like, I think her background was Mexican, and I think she grew up, like, more middle class, like upper middle class, and she had asked me, she goes, why would it be a problem if this homeless guy was stealing their recycling, their cans? And I had to explain. I'm like, oh, like it tripped me out. Like, it wasn't a bad thing. I just go, oh, she just had a different experience, like an economic experience.
She doesn't have a need. That's what it is.
So I told her, I said, oh, you know, like, when a lot of neighbors, a lot of, like, people in the hood, like working class people, like, especially, like, they get these botes, like, to recycle for money. Yeah. I go, so what you're stealing is, you're not really stealing cans, you're stealing money.
You're stealing money. Yeah. You're like, that bag was about $2.50.
Yeah.
$2.50.
Yeah.
You know?
So she got it, like, when I told her that, you know, so it was a trip.
It's almost like, and when you were saying that to the homeless guy, I was like, oh, it's like he's giving him money. Instead of the botes, because he's going to go get money for it. So
he's going to go get money. Or, like, the guy, like, I think my character says, why are you taking it? He goes, why do you need him? And my character goes, because we're poor. Yeah. And he goes, you're not poor, you're broke. There's a difference.
There's a difference. I'm poor.
You're broke. Yeah. But I wanted to make that difference between homeless people
and poor people.
Working class people.
Yeah, working class people.
Yeah,
working class people. You work all day. Are broke.
Yeah.
Because they got so many.
Homeless people are poor.
Yeah. Straight up, because they don't have a home.
Yeah, they don't have
home. Oh my goodness, man. But that was a good episode. That we really had a good time watching that episode.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
You say your parents are from, like, Zacatecas, right?
Yeah, my mom's from Zacatecas, and then my dad's from Jalisco. And they came to California in, like, the 80s.
In the 80s?
In the early 80s, late 70s.
Some sort of similar like my parents. My parents came like in the 80s, and they went straight to Chicago.
Oh, yeah, they went to Chicago.
Yeah, most of the family was there. And then they found out that most of the people that were from their same rancho was in Dallas. And they came up here, and they said, hey, man, let's just settle down over here. And that's what they did.
Yeah, that's how LA is, too. Like, people in LA, they have different, like, some areas have a lot of people from different, like, pueblos. But even, like, other groups, you know, like in LA, there's a lot of Salvadoreños, and like, you know, they have their little areas.
Oh yeah, they got their little. They always, always like when I see like a Latino community, they're all together from like they're all in one spot. Like I see like in West Dallas, there might be a lot of people from San Luis, or like let's say North Dallas, there's a lot of people from like El Salvador or Honduras.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then, it's just like that in LA, you know, there's like pockets, but so yeah. But my parents came out here in like the early 80s, late 70s.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And no wonder, like, you because I could relate to so much when your mom was like telling you, ay, no, pon la lona ahí en el techo.
Pon la lona en el techo, because you don't have enough money to fix the roof.
You don't have money to fix the roof.
So siempre es la lona.
La lona.
Yeah.
It's always, we always have a lona handy somewhere. Yeah. Or like my dad used to work for a like a overhead door, which is a door company that does I think aluminum doors.
Okay.
They do aluminum doors, so like they would have a lot of aluminum material on the side. And he's like, oh, hey man, me dio el jefe. Yeah. And he'll have it piled up there. You don't know what to do with it. Yeah. But he'll have it piled up. Ahí la tiene. So like if there's any need, you just get a little lamina and just start banging it in there. So like our house is like sometimes it was like all mixed up. We'll have wood and lamina and wood. Oh man. Yeah. So it's always like we made useful the resources that we had.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah. Was like your house anything like that? Like or
yeah, you know, puro pinche Mickey Mouse. Like it was always like you know, we just were like you know, my single mom, you know, like and she bust her ass like she was a janitor. That's why like in the show like like she's a janitor.
The whole toilet paper.
Yeah, because my mom was the janitor, and she would bring all this toilet paper home. Yeah, and like from se chiflaba, like all the toilet paper, all the cleaning supplies from her job, and she'd bring it home, and we'd be like, toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Vale verga, you know, raspa. I thought it was sangrado tu culo and shit. So we'd be like, damn, this shit sucks. But like, you know, my mom was like working class, so it was always like, but she would like save up her money. She had like she always hustling, and so like she was always like whatever she could do, you know, like paint that, if she could pay someone to paint the house or like era lista. Like, always like that.
Were you like a helper inside the house, or like did you like if something was broken, would you be the one that
I tried. I mean, I tried. I tried. I was like, you know, like my pops wasn't around that much, and like he didn't really teach me stuff like that. He could do that stuff, but you know, he didn't really. So I kind of like, I more started like when I was young, I would work. Like, you know, like iba a hacer jardín, you know, with one of the neighbors. Y me pagaba, you know, and like, so more shit like that, you know, like starting to work, or like when I was like 15, I was like, got a job, and I was always like started working when I was like 14, 15, like, you know.
I think that's like, for most of us, I think like working at an early age is always in the books. Yeah, it's like it's always, that's something that we do. This I started working at 13. Yeah, and I feel like it was just to help the house out. It's just to help the house out. Like we were like a family of 6, and it was my dad and my mom, but my dad was the only one that was providing. Okay, so like the older siblings, as soon as you're of age, let's go out there and work and put the money in for the house. A trabajar. A trabajar. So like I feel like I'm not matured, but like I'm still immature, I guess. But like and stuff like that, like I got thrown into situations where it's mostly for adults, because like I used to work for like I worked at a convenience store. Yeah. At an early age, and I was like, bro, what am I doing like 15, 16 years old at a convenience store where these people are drunk and stuff, and they're you know, and they're yelling at me.
I used to work at when I was like 15, I started working at Domino's Pizza.
Oh man.
Taking calls, making pizzas and stuff. And I remember the Domino's that I was working at, it was in Inglewood in LA, and there was some areas that we wouldn't deliver pizzas to, because they were too hot, you know? Oh, yeah. And, like, because fools would rob the delivery drivers. Because they know those fools had cash, or they would rob them for their pizzas. And then, like, so now
either way, I'm getting something out of you.
Yeah, I'm getting something. So sometimes they would send me with one of the drivers. And I'd be like, what's the point? They're just going to rob 2 people now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I go,
it's like, and I don't have enough money, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to die for this fucking extra large pizza? No mames, you know?
Oh, man.
So, like, it was just funny. They would send 2 of us, but they would put you in those situations. Yeah. And I remember being like, it would be me. I would be like 15, and I'd be with some like paisa delivery driver who was like 45. And then he would tell me, he was like, oh, ponte listo si alguien viene. And I was like, what am I going to do, dog?
¿Qué voy a hacer? Like,
¿qué voy a hacer? You know, a correr.
Es nomás de échame el aguas.
Échame el aguas. Yeah. He would always tell me, ponte trucha, you know? Yeah. And I'd be like, ay, hecho ojo.
Hecho ojo, a ver si viene alguien por atrás.
Yeah. Make me laugh, dude.
Oh man, dude, it's funny how like everything is relatable, even if from far away, like L.A.
Yeah,
but we still have our differences, man.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a different
thing. Yeah, like because they get mad because we say that our tacos are the best, and then they go to L.A. No, L.A. has the best tacos, best Mexican tacos. Like man, they're both authentic, man. We both come from the same region. Yeah, that's it. But we're still Mexican.
Yeah,
we still come from the same place.
Latinos, you know. Yeah, I feel that. Like when I come out here. I like that it's different, you know. Yeah. I like that. If I get food out here, it's different from LA. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't go to New York and try to get like I want to eat what New Yorkers. Yeah,
I want to eat what New Yorkers.
So like if I come to Texas, I want to eat what you fools are eating.
Yeah,
like hey,
some barbecue, some fried chicken.
Show me where that brisket is. You know, like shit like that. You know, or like there's a homie that comes to my show. Like last year when I did 2 years ago I did the Arlington Improv. Really nice dude. I'm forgetting this cat's name, but. Came to one of my shows and he invited me to his mom's restaurant and they did some brisket enchiladas and like you know I never heard of that, you know. And I go, this is from Texas, like Tejano type shit, and they were bomb. And I was like, damn, that's cool to come out here and eat like something that like Texans eat, you know.
Yeah, like mostly we're gonna be the barbecue, the fried chicken, the soul food too. We'll mix the soul food into whatever we have, like a fusion. But then there's like other cultures too. Like there's a lot of Indian Texans here. Yeah. Or like there's like a lot of Asian Texans right here. Like there's one like they I think they won like a James Beard Award or something like that. Yeah. And they fused like Korean flavors with barbecue.
That's dope.
And it was bomb.
Yeah,
it was bomb, bro.
They do something like that in LA. They do Koji tacos.
Koji, yeah.
So there's this famous chef out there, Roy Choi, I think.
Roy Choi. I see his stuff on. He was on that movie Chef.
Chef, yeah. He's a famous LA chef. He grew up in Koreatown, and he does like a mix of like Mexican and Korean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like cool, or like you know out there like. It's just different, you know. Like it's just but I like that. If I could come out here, like, and I eat what y'all eat, you know, I go, that's cool to me.
It's kind of like you feel sort of like you know the surroundings now. Like you get to know from the food. I feel like you get to know the place.
Yeah, or like little places out here. Like I went to Buc-ee's for the first time.
Oh, Buc-ee's, man!
And I said, I fuck with this, you know. But I like it. Like it's just a different vibe, and that's cool. Yeah,
to me. And you'll see everybody. You see everybody in the Buc-ee's outfits. Yeah, shirts.
Dog, I bought a shirt.
Yeah,
I bought a Buc-ee's shirt, T-shirt.
Man, it will.
I wanted that little.
Coming from San Antonio, I think we stopped at Buc-ee's like 3 times.
Yeah. Got the little nuggets.
And you get the brisket. You get the brisket, the brisket sandwich, the kolaches, the beaver nuggets.
I did that drive yesterday from Houston to Dallas.
To Dallas. Oh yeah.
I was on the freeway.
You get over. I think you probably stopped at Madison. Yeah, Madison, Texas.
It took me. I made a joke about it yesterday to the crowd. I said I drove here from Houston. I remember I was like 2 hours out. Yeah. And I thought, damn, what town is this? And they said, oh, you're still in Houston.
You're still in Houston?
Oh, my God. I said,
especially like if you're in South Houston. Oh man, you got it. It's a while. It's a while to get through 3 cities, man.
I thought it was the longest 4.5 hours of my almost 5. You know,
damn. Man, well, like to get from one end to the other in Texas, it's almost like about 10 hours. So you're going to be in. You're gonna be in your car all day.
But that's Cali too. So like to get from one part of to get from LA to like. The most northern part of Cali, like California, it's like 14 hours, dog.
14 hours.
14 hours, you know. And then this one was like 5, just from Houston to Dallas. And I know that after Dallas, todavía hay un chingo, you know?
Yeah, todavía hay un chingo, yeah.
So I thought to myself, this is it, dog. We got to start dividing these states up. Like, I go, these states are too big. Yeah. We got to make California 2 states. We got to make Texas 2 states. It's too big, dog. I go, we got to all be countries now. Like,
we got to all be countries.
I go, we're countries. Like, no, man. This is too big.
It is too big, man, because like if I got to gas up at least 3 times,
so
man.
You might as well be a country.
Yeah, you might as well.
You might as well, dog. I'm like, there's no reason that I should be driving 14 hours and still be in the same damn state. I said, dog, if I'm gonna drive that long, I want to feel accomplished.
Oh yes,
I want to feel like, damn, I made it to another country.
Yeah, I want to at least take my passport out or something.
I want to stamp it.
I want to stamp it in the bag. Say
it. I want to feel fancy. I want to stamp it. I want to pay for a visa. Like, dog, this shit. You drive that long and you go, I'm still in the same motherfucking state.
Still in the same fucking state. Oh man,
we gotta start making our states countries.
Oh man,
we're too big anyways.
We're too big, man. When you grow up, man, what were you into? Like when you started growing? Because like you say you're square, but like man, I feel like you're come man, like from everything that I watched from the show, I feel like I know a little bit. So like maybe like he's not that say that other people square, but like I don't.
Oh, what I mean by square though is like almost like where I grew up in LA, like square is like you don't bang.
You don't bang.
It doesn't mean you're a nerd. It just means you don't bang.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. That's a difference because like over here you're square, you lame.
Yeah.
You're somebody that's like kind of like awkward. Or,
yeah. No, over there
you just don't bang.
You just don't bang. Like if fools ever came up to me when I was young and they were like, "Where you from?" and I'd be like, "Hey man, I'm a square dog. I don't bang.
I don't bang.
Know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Or like shit like that. But I grew up being into like. Mostly I got into like rock music, that's the shit I was into. And then as I got older, I started, all the shit that like, my family would play like banda and cumbias and like norteñas and shit like that. And so that was always in my background and I always liked that, like growing up, you hear like Relámpagos and, fucking Ramon Ayala and like, or like banda like Los Tucanes or, Banda El Recodo and stuff like that. Yeah, so I would hear stuff like that growing up, and I liked it, but when I got it, but it felt like my parents' music. Yeah. It felt like, so then, and hip hop was around because, it was like a half black neighborhood. Yeah. So that was around. But then when I started getting into rock music, I felt like, oh, this feels like my shit,
Oh, yeah.
And then
you could identify more.
Yeah, I could identify, not so much on what it looked like because a lot of those, mostly white boys, but like, but then I started finding bands I can identify, like Rage Against the Machine, or there's like, where I was like, oh, the singer, that fool's Latino, or like the Bad Brains, they're like a punk band and they're all like 4 black fools, Oh,
okay.
And then, or like there's other like punk bands that have Latinos in them. So shit like that, or like, Nirvana and all that stuff. I got into all that shit. But I would still listen to like, like I remember at the time I was still listening to that, but like How Do You Want It by Tupac was still out. So I was like, all right, that's still a banger though,
Yeah.
But I was into all that shit, and then as I got older, like then I started revisiting like all that, like I started going, oh shit, like banda's dope, listening to like corridos and stuff like that.
What do you think about the new generation of corridos that are coming out, like say like Junior H and Fuerza Regida?
It's cool. I don't know that it's for me. Yeah. Like I don't shit on it because like to me, young people are always gonna do their own thing. You know? Like, but I'm 40. I don't know if it's for me. Like, I like the shit that I like. I like when fools dress like en trajes.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Cuando estaban trajeados.
Yeah.
And like I like shit like like when I was growing up, like I was used to seeing someone like usar chalino en a traje. And, like it was a little different, or like, but I guess it's. Fools don't want to dress like banda machos, with all the like.
Banda machos was like something else, bro.
But I fuck with it, or like I go, fools don't want to dress like the quebradita era.
Oh man, the quebradita era was something, bro. Like something. everybody had some tassels in their sleeves.
And then I'm like, I get it, like fools are.
Did you ever dress on something like that, or like vaquero or something?
Nah, cuando estaba de morro, like when I was like 5, my mommy ponía mis botas, and then like I had my little flannel tucked into my jeans, And then what's the trip is when I was like 5 or 6, like quería un acordeón, because I saw like all the banda fools playing, all the norteños, You're
like, damn, that dude gets laid.
Yeah. I go, damn, ese pinche bigotón, bigotón, sabe
the
tocar.
dude for los Cardenales?
Yeah.
He'd be old as fuck, but he got like a fine, like, young girl with him.
Yeah, so I'd be like, damn, ese pinche panzón sabe jugar, sabe tocar.
Man, I feel like it. I feel when I was little, when I would see the musicals, I'm like, bro, they get bitches, bro.
Yeah.
Se miran feos, but he knows how to play instruments.
Ese pinche tío se agarra a sus viejas.
Yeah. I had a tío. He was in a band.
Yeah.
He got bitches, bro.
Yeah. Dog, I love that. I don't love to see a bigoton get his bitches, you know.
No, man, but he didn't have a bigote. My uncle didn't have a bigote, but he had that big.
Limpio de la cara.
Yeah, limpio de la cara, but he had that 1970s haircut.
Yeah.
Where,
a little flop right here.
the Rigo Tovar.
Yeah.
He had the Rigo Tovar, bro.
He had the Jose.
Yeah. And we would always see him, and we were like, oh, man, you get bitches, bro. Look at him. He's with another one right now.
Yeah.
Like he would come to like a family function and he'll come with like a lady.
Yeah.
And the family be like, mira, otro.
Yeah.
Tiene otra. Mira.
I love that. That's cool.
All my aunts, bro, I feel like they're all like chismosas. So like somebody there.
Yeah. Míralo.
Míralo.
Bien mujeriego.
¿Cuándo va a aprender?
No, but I like the stuff that I grew up kind of listening to, like my tíos would play, you know, like Cornelio Reina.
Oh, yeah.
You know, or Los Cadetes de Linares.
Cadetes de Linares, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like, you know, Antonio Aguilar. You know, stuff like that, like rancheras and norteñas and corridos like that. That was the stuff that I was like, that I think I still listen to the most. Like the new stuff, like it's cool. Like I like it. Like it's different, you know. Like it's not bad. It's just like, you know, that Bebe Dame song. That shit is that's like, I listen to that. I go, damn, that's a banger.
That's a banger. Yeah.
Like I can't front. You know, I can't be like, that's a banger. I don't know that's for me, but when I see fools like that, I go, oh, good for them, dog. Make your money. You know, do your thing. Like
I guess we come from an era where like we used to dance when we hear music.
Yeah,
we used to dance pegaditos.
Yeah, pegaditas.
Yeah. And I feel like that music is more like, hey, you dance on like you dance by yourself.
Yeah. You could dance by yourself. Yeah.
Or like with a whole bunch of dudes. Like in the music video, it's just all dudes, right?
So because they do that little cumbia beats. You know. But you know, I like. Also, I love like growing up hearing cumbias, you know?
Yeah.
A lot of cumbias from like Mexico and Colombia and stuff like that.
Los Ángeles Azules.
Los Ángeles Azules.
Sonidero? Did you?
Yeah, Sonidero, or like cumbia from like Colombia, like, you know, what's that famous ass group?
¿Acento Molina?
No, ¿cómo se llama ese grupo?
Sonora
Dinamita.
Sonora Dinamita,
because they're from Colombia, you know, like, no te metas con mi cucu, stuff like that,
yeah.
You know?
Like... No, hold on. No. This leg over here. This leg. Yeah. There you go. All right. My dog is always...
Oh, no, don't trip. I'm happy that there's dogs here. Because I got a cat, so anytime I can be around dogs, I like that energy. Yeah. But no, like I grew, like stuff like that, I grew up loving too, you know, like cumbias and stuff like that. And so, but that was all stuff like you grew up like listening at the bautizos and the, you know, the...
You go to the quinceañeras and go to bodas and stuff like that.
Yeah, bodas and all that, you know. But I was into like rock music. I like some Spanish rock, you know. I was like really into El Tri.
El Tri, yeah.
You know, shit like that.
El Tri de Mexico, yeah.
El Tri de Mexico, yeah, shit like that. And
what about Café Tacuba?
They're dope.
They're dope, bro.
They're dope. I love them. You know?
I just listened to their Tiny Desk concert. That was pretty dope too.
Yeah, they're amazing. I love them.
The kimono, he came out with a kimono.
Yeah, and then but stuff like that, and then I got into like punk rock and heavy metal and shit like that. So that was mostly my shit, you know.
Yeah.
But always like, you know, when you grow up like with paisa parents and you grow up in the hood, like you're into all that shit, but you still like the hip hop. You still like the banda, cumbia, norteñas, you know. So you still, even though like mostly what I listen to is that, I still listen to all that other shit. You know?
Oh man,
I still got my playlist.
It's like you got throughout your whole life.
Yeah,
it's like you got eras of everything.
Yeah, yeah. You got eras.
I remember when I was really deep in my Tupac, 3-6 Mafia, Bone Thugs and Harmony era.
Yep.
Then I was in my Kanye West and Twali Kali and Black Star, backpack area.
Yeah,
but
records
throughout that whole era, I was still listening to like Ramon Ayala, Los Cardenales, Los Cadetes de Linares.
Yep.
What else? Los Invasores.
Yeah.
So I was still listening to that plus the banda stuff. So and now I think it's just gotten a lot broader.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we try to put some stuff like that in this full like.
Yeah.
In the Primera Comunión episode,
we
have Pena Tras Pena. It's
Pena Tras Pena.
It's a banda recodo song. We have it on that episode.
That's what I kind of liked about. I liked about the episodes because I could relate to all the music that you were playing.
Yeah,
I was like, yes, that's a quinceañera song straight up. That's a bautizo song. That's
or Mi Casa Nueva we had on there.
Yeah, like, Ramón Ayala, Los Relámpagos. You had a whole bunch of that. So like,
and then we in the season. I don't think you finished it, but we end season 1. Season 1 ends with the episode closes on Mi Caí de la Nube.
Me caí de las nubes que andan.
By Cornelio Reina.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was my pop's favorite song.
Yeah.
And he passed away, so I wanted to put it in there like a little nod to him, you know?
You know what? What episode like really made me relate and really bust out laughing is when the Frankie Quinones character, Luis, goes and tries to fight Devontae.
Oh, yeah.
And he starts trying to record. Yeah, he brings you and he brings...
that episode called Putazos.
Yeah, Putazos.
Yeah, and he brings Chef Percy.
Yeah, Chef Percy, which is Jamar, right?
Jamar Neighbors.
Yeah. So he goes and starts recruiting his old homies. And his old homies got sciatica. And one has passed away because he was obese. But he's not really obese because texting and driving. So that episode, I was like, bro, if somebody comes up here and tries to recruit me right now, I'm like, nah, bro, I got pills. I got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm worried about my cholesterol.
Like, I can't do that. I can't miss a day off of work. You know, it's like everybody has changed their life. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's not the same. So I think I can relate it because I'm 40 as well. You know, so I was like, man, I can't hang with a lot of like young people, and I can't do the stuff that I need to be doing back in the day. I can't throw down putazos anymore.
That was kind of happened because when I was 19 or 20, I was walking in the neighborhood and my homie pulled up in a van with like 2 other fools. He goes like, hey, we're going to go fuck these fools up at the park that we're beefing with. Get in. And I was like, come on, dog. I'm not going to fight. And he was like, come on, fool, back me up. You're my best friend. I said, all right, dog. I fucking go. And we just went and we tried to recruit as many fools as possible. And when we got to the park, there was cops there.
Oh, man.
So nothing ever happened.
Yeah. He's always trying to crash the podcast. All right.
But yeah, that was that episode.
Yeah, man. I really liked that episode because I was like, man, look at me, man. I'm over here. I can't do the same thing I used to. Yeah. That's why I started doing podcasting. That's why I started doing comedy too. I can't be out there being a thug and running the streets.
No,
man.
you can't
be
doing
that.
But yeah, that episode was fun because it was just journey episodes, like stopping at different people's houses.
When the dude, he said, "You're trying to fight the old dude." And the old dude, and the old dude's like, "Where am I?"
You gotta,
bro,
because the same shit happened to the Devontae character. He couldn't fight anyone, so he
brought
his grandpa and his dog.
Man,
and then that fool brought me. Luis brought me, and
the little kid that tap dances. I was like, "Oh my god, this is fucking funny." It's fucking funny, bro. Like it's I'm telling you,
we try to make it like Friday. So
yeah,
like when we pitched the show. We pitched it as Friday, but directed by the Coen brothers. And the Coen brothers are these directors that me and my friends really love. They made movies like Fargo and Raising Arizona, and Miller's Crossing, and Big Lebowski. So we always said this fool would be like if Friday was directed by the Coen brothers. Like a hood show, with a weird little twist on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Man, it really came out really bad. Were you write a lot for the show? Like
I wrote a lot for the show.
I know you're the creators. So
I was one of the writers. I was one of the showrunners.
Yeah. So were you a lot into like film and movies and stuff?
Yeah, that was my shit. Yeah. Because I grew up kind of a latchkey kid,
Yeah.
Like my mom always working,
So you had to be by yourselves. You had to
by myself, or like mi abuelita los cuidaba.
Yeah.
She was always she lived with us, so los cuidaba. But my mom to keep me out of the streets, my mom would get me a video rental card.
Yeah.
Back in the day when they had the video.
Like the Blockbuster card?
Yeah, like that. But where we lived, it was all the Koreans on There was the independent ones, you know. Okay. I go rent movies, and that's how I like at a young age I started watching like indie films, and like I started watching anything, you know.
Man.
Yeah, I would watch anything. Like I'd watch. They had this section called Cult Classics, and it was all the weird shit, and I would go rent that. And then I was like in junior high school, and I got really into film.
Yeah,
super into film.
What's one of the films that got you into like, hey, I want to write something like this?
Raising Arizona. There's a movie called Raising Arizona by the Coen brothers. Yeah. It came out in like maybe 89, 88, and starring Nicolas Cage. And it's like a really weird offbeat comedy.
Yeah.
And that really was like sparked my mind.
Yeah.
And then also, man, speaking of which, there's a movie called Paris, Texas.
Paris, Texas.
That I love. It takes place here in Paris, Texas.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
It's with Harry Dean Stanton is the actor in it. And it's like this German director. I forget his name, but that movie like blew my mind when I was a kid. Yeah. There was a movie called Brazil too.
Yeah.
There's this director named Terry Gilliam. And it's this weird movie in the future. And this guy, like, he keeps falling, and he doesn't have a life that he's happy with, but in his dreams, he's like a superhero.
Yeah.
And then his dreams start becoming reality. And, like, that movie really tripped me out and stuff like that, you know? But then at the same time, I started watching movies like Friday, and that really, like, was cool.
It kind of, like, sparked, like, hey, man, we could do a movie like this, or, like, we could do a film.
Like it took me a long time because, you know, I didn't start comedy till much later.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
When'd you start comedy?
Man, I was like 29.
29?
Yeah, 30, 29 or 30. Either way. I've been doing it almost 11, 12 years now.
Yeah.
So I started around that time, and, you know, before that I was just working at warehouses, and I was a janitor. I was like, I didn't go to college, you know. Like, I went to community college, but I never even graduated. Yeah. Like,
how'd you start doing the writing though? Like, is this something that you were self-taught or
yeah,
like
self-taught. Yeah. So I didn't go to film school or any of that, but I was like, I would read books on how to write TV.
Okay.
Like, and then I'd go to like Barnes and Noble and go to their film section.
Yeah.
And I'd read the books about how to write for TV, and I would write scripts like for TV shows. And then I found these programs like that would accept like that were by the studios, like ABC, Disney Writing Program, Warner Brothers TV Writers Workshop, and I would apply to these programs because they would like it. They would take writers and then try to put them into TV shows, like to write for TV shows. And I was like, damn, I'm apply to them. But when I was applying to them, I was like a valet driver. And then I was working in like demolition.
So they were there taking down buildings.
Yeah, stuff like that. And then I was like, damn. So I just didn't know a way in. And then I would write all these scripts. And then finally I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do stand-up. Because I wanted to do it. But I always tell people, like, when I was 25, I wanted to do stand-up, but I was dating this woman who was like a dime in my, you know, and she was the first dime that I really did. Like, the first one where I was like, everybody else thought she was a dime too, you know?
Oh, okay.
And then,
damn, primo, primo,
like objectively, she was bad, you know? And then I remember one time I said, damn, I think I'm going to try stand-up. And she was like, oh, that's embarrassing. But she was such a dime that I said, "You're right.
You're right.
Yeah, because I didn't want to lose her. You know,
like whatever you think is.
Whatever you think is. Yeah, I was simping hard. You know, and then so I didn't start till I was like almost 30.
Damn, 30. Yeah, but it is, bro. I was like almost the same exact thing. I didn't know, like me. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was still trying to figure things out at that age. Even at 30, I was still trying to figure things out.
Yeah.
To the point, like, hey man, what am I gonna do? Hey man, my age, like, I'm starting to get a little bit older, and I don't know what to do. Like, what am I gonna do? So I just started like doing anything and everything. So I was doing clubs. I was a strip club DJ at one point.
Oh no, mama, for real?
Yeah, I was a strip club. I'll be like, welcome to King's Cabaret. Right now, I want you to put your eyes on the main stage. Right now, we have the lovely Strawberry.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Give it up for Rain.
Strawberry, and she looked like a plum.
Yeah. That's great. That's a good DJ voice right there. Man. That's exactly a strip club.
But that's the only voice I would do.
Yeah.
And people would be like, hey man, where's the DJ at? Where's the guy that's on the microphone? I go, it's me. And they're like, nah. the guy that's talking right now, we're like, who? I go, man, it's me.
Yeah.
It's just I just do the voice. Like, right now we have what is that? For the next 3 minutes we have cherry and lime, or you know, whatever. Like, cherry vodka sour for the next 3 minutes right there, and then cherry on stage.
Give it up for ecstasy.
Give it up for Mercedes.
Yeah.
So man, I would try anything. So I was trying to find myself also in that age, man. Like, I was trying to find what I was gonna do, what I'm good at.
Yeah, same. I just didn't believe in myself, you know. I was like,
I just started believing in myself.
Yeah, same. That's the problem. I just started like.
I just started.
Yeah,
I guess it's like when the whole trauma, when everybody around you doesn't believe in you, or like they don't pay you much attention. So you don't like, man, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And
no, that's how it was.
I'm just gonna get a job and just.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I always tell people, like sometimes people will tell me like, oh, I want to try stand up, and I go try it. I go to do an open mic, and if you like it, cool. Yeah. Keep going. If you don't, it's okay. You don't have to. Yeah. I go, you tried something. Yeah. It's like you just look at it like, damn, I tried something I've never done before.
Yeah. It's something that you checked off the box. Okay. Like, no, it's.
Because I always tell people, I go, there's nothing like I got a job like you got a job.
Yeah.
You know, like except my hours are different.
Yeah.
Like I go like. It doesn't make me more special. Like, you know, I go like, if anything, a plumber is more important.
Le echo más ganas porque me gusta.
Yeah, that's it, like, you know? Yeah. But I always tell people, I go, plumbers are more important than comedians.
Oh, yeah, they are. Like,
you know?
Man, if I have a leak now, I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah, what am I going to tell a joke to it? You know, la pipa se va a arreglar?
Se barre. Yeah, it's like...
But I was just go, this is just my job. Like, I turned my hobby into a job. But I always tell people, like, if you got a regular square job and you like it, good. I go, make your money.
There's nothing wrong with it. You're making a living. You're doing what you're doing. You're taking care of your responsibilities. Yeah. It's okay, man. It's like we all have to find out what we're good at.
Yeah.
And if you're good at that, man, do it.
Yep. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just took a longer to figure out.
A long ass time. It just took me a long ass time.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to like make TV and do comedy and stuff like that, but I just never. I would always do it in silence, you know, or like not believe in myself. But then when I started going for it, you know, that's when it started working out.
Yeah, it's always it's never too late to believe in yourself.
Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
So that was about it. But and then so much of the episodes came from like shit that I
grew up
with, or you know, I always wanted to think about or write about and shit like that.
Did you ever have like a guy like Luis, who the Frankie Quinones character? Did you have?
Oh yeah, that was my cousin. That was based on my cousin Luis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was based on my real cousin.
Damn.
That was based on my real cousin Luis.
So he got locked up. He came and got out.
Yep. Yeah. I had cousins like that. That character was named after my real cousin Luis.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of experience was that? Was like he was like one of your like big brothers?
Yeah, like an older cousin that was like really good dude, sweet dude. You know, I always felt the love from him. But like he was growing up, he was a knucklehead. You know, he'd admit he was a knucklehead, but he was in and out of prison and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's kind of the relationship we had. And I had another cousin like him. He was also our cousin. Yeah, his name was Carlos, and like those guys inspired that Luis character.
Oh man. I can imagine, like everything in your life is like an influence to something later, man.
Yeah, or even jokes, you know, like all that stuff. Like even now, like the jokes I make, like they're kind of some of the jokes are like about my family. Yeah,
it's rooted in real life.
I try it. Yeah, I try to be or observations.
Yeah,
you know,
or observations that you see. Yeah.
So like, but that character came from my cousin. Yeah, and then like the mom character was like my mom, like a janitor, you know, my mom's a janitor, like tough lady, you know, like she like Reagan, like
the Reagan, my father-in-law, he's the one that brings up Reagan all the time.
Yeah,
and my mom got amnesty,
because my mom got amnesty, and my mom's not even political like that. Like she just goes, "Oh, ese señor los dio amnistía." Yeah, and then. Like, she always says stuff like that, and she doesn't like Republicans, you know? And I always tell her, like, oh, era Republican, era republicano. And she goes, oh, sí, yo no sabía,
yo no sabía, pero es buena gente.
Me ayudó.
Yeah,
me ayudó. So it was based off of stuff like that I thought was interesting, you know? that like you can be apolitical about a political figure.
Yeah.
And
like I got here in Texas especially, man, I got like friends that are like Republican.
Yeah.
And I know how it is in this time right now. It's like they're getting a lot of flack. Like I even give them a lot of flack. Like, bro, come on, dog. Like chill, dog. Like,
yeah.
But they're still my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not like they're not gonna be friends. It's just we just got differences.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. You know? And then but episodes came from that, or like, you know, the grandma, like it's kind of based on my grandma, and like the sisters were based off of my sisters, and the neighborhood was like my neighborhood, you know, like where I grew up, it was like half black and half Latino, so I thought, okay, I'll make the neighborhood in the show should be like that, you know, without making it like, without calling attention, just make it like normal.
Yeah, normal, yeah. Because if you put too much attention to it, then it starts.
It feels corny.
Yeah, it feels corny.
It feels corny.
It feels forced.
It feels forced. Yeah, it feels forced. Yeah. So the whole thing with the show was like to try to not make it feel forced. Yeah. Like if we speak Spanish, don't make it feel forced.
Yeah,
like just regular.
Just regular. Yeah. Like how we mix Spanish like right now throughout this whole episode. You probably just wondering what we're talking about. Like I'll put the subtitles in there for you, but. We were speaking Spanish like it wasn't forced. It was just, it's just something that came natural to us, you know? Yeah. Porque así somos.
Yeah.
Así somos. We do English and Spanish at the same time. It's called Spanglish here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like.
Yeah. Or like some of us would talk like that, but with our parents, it's only Spanish.
Oh, yeah, with our parents, it's only Spanish. Like when my wife, she's Mexicana.
Yeah.
And I only speak Spanish to her, like Spanish only. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I will like, man, shit, damn, I just want to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, or I just want to talk to her like this, and she's just like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always both languages.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Yep.
Man.
So,
My wife was looking at the episode and she's like, hey, is that his real mom? His mom, the mom character?
No, I mean, based off of my mom, but that lady, she's good, huh? She's a good actor.
She's a good actor. And she was like, man, I think that's his mom.
Yeah.
She was like, I think that's...
Se parecen.
Se parecen mucho, ¿no? Tienen la misma nariz.
Yeah. That's what everybody said. Yeah. Like, la señora dijo, because the lady the actor, her name is Laura Patalano.
Yeah.
She's a really good actress. Yeah. And she was like, she looked at me one day, she was like, mijo, los parecemos. And she was like, ahí tenemos la nariz Maya.
The Mayan nose?
Yeah, the Mayan nose.
Dope. That's dope, man. Yeah. Whoever cast it was a real good casting, the person,
Yep.
Like, I don't know all the terms.
Yeah, the casting director.
Yeah.
But yeah, people that we found people like that. I had seen that lady. There's a movie called, what's that movie called? There's like an indie movie about I forgot the name of it, but it's about these two young like Latina girls growing up in LA, and they're like kind of finding out that they're lesbians, you know.
Yeah.
But that lady who plays my mom in the show, she was in that movie.
Yeah.
And I remember when I saw that movie like 15 years ago, I said I'd never seen a mom character be that authentic.
Yeah.
Where I was like, damn, that's like my mom, you know?
Yeah.
Like, es bien paisa, you know?
Yeah.
Like, es mexicana, es paisa.
No,
yeah, like, she's not like a Chicana lady or something.
Yeah.
Like, and then I went, damn. And then, so when I started making the show, I was like, we need to reach out to her.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen anyone like her. And she's,
that's dope. Do you see a lot of, like, Mexican indie films, like Spanish movies, or have you seen them?
Yeah, I try to, you know?
Yeah.
Like anything that comes out from like Mexico or Latin America, you know, like there's like a Brazilian movie I saw recently called I'm Not There Yet. I'm Not There. Yeah. So I try to watch anything from Latin America. Yeah.
I seen something recently. It was it's on Netflix right now. It's called The Great Seduction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where they talking about it's a rancho or like a little pueblito. Mm-hmm. They're trying to get like the fisheries and refineries. Yeah. And I think they need a doctor in order for them to get, I think, funding, or like a company to come up here and to come to their pueblo to start up the refinery.
Okay.
For fishing.
Yeah.
Like so what they do is they trying to seduce a doctor to stay in the in the pueblo.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a lot
cool.
of
I'll look that up.
It's called The Great Seduction. And it's really funny that one of the main characters, he's like a comedian or he does a lot of comedy movies in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think there was like a meme that was going around where he's like he's a police officer.
Okay.
And I think they do a drug bust, and some of the cocaine was on his nose.
Oh, I've seen that meme. Yeah,
that guy right there, he's really funny, and he's the main character in that movie.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's
when I was growing up, I would watch a lot of like comedies, like Mexican comedies, like La Escuelita.
La Escuelita, yeah, with Cándido Pérez.
Yeah, el Doctor Cándido Pérez.
El Doctor Cándido Pérez, bro.
The player.
Yeah, man.
But La Escuelita, like my favorite was ¿cómo se llamaba el señor? El Piruris.
El Piruris.
That's my favorite character of all time, dog. I love El Piruris.
Yeah.
Because that fool's all fancy.
Yeah.
He was like Niño Popis.
El Niño Popis, yeah.
That fool is so funny.
Con la maestra Canuta.
Yeah. But El Piruris would make me laugh because he would, sometimes I'll watch, what's that fool's name? The actor that plays him? I forget his name.
José de Alba.
Luis de Alba.
Luis de Alba,
Luis de Alba. Sometimes I'll look up his clips on YouTube, and there's this one where he goes to like a news station, like, you know, like not like Primer Impacto, but something like El Gordo y la Flaca, right? Some kind of like entertainment show. And then he's like, hola nacos, you know, and he comes to talk to everyone. And then he was just like, oh, Piruri, ¿de dónde vienes? And he goes, ay, vengo de Francia, you know? And then he goes, ay, pero vengo a comer la comida acá de nacos. And she was like, ordené una comida y me dieron unas piedras negras, unas piedras. And then they're like, ¿piedras? And he goes, sí. He goes, oh, frijoles. Like somebody was like, and he goes, oh, ¿esos son frijoles? He goes, ay, no. ¿Así comen los nacos?
Así comen los nacos.
Oh, dude, it killed me. I
was like, oh my God, bro. I always like those old movies too, like Pedro Infante and like all those Cantinflas.
La Cinema de Oro.
Yeah. My mom always had like a collection of them.
Yeah.
She had a collection.
My pops was big into that. Like my pops, like when I was growing up, siempre, like he was always watching Cantinflas. Yeah, and always, or like, you know, around the time too, there was like La India Maria movies.
La India Maria, bro,
Cantinflas, and then, you know, I just remember from like Cinema de Oro, like todas las películas de Maria Felix, you know. So I remember all that. Yeah.
And then I remember when I was growing up, there was this TV show called Risa de Vacaciones.
Yeah.
And it was like a lot of like picardia, which is like almost like sexual jokes.
Yeah.
Like innuendo, like double meaning. Yeah, innuendos. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
My bad, I got that Texas accent. I can't say innuendos.
Yeah, innuendos.
In the windows.
Yeah, in the windows.
so like man, I remember just getting nervous. I think that's when I was like peaking my puberty and stuff. So I just got nervous like watching the shows.
There was a lot of sex comedy at that time coming out of like Latin America, especially Mexico.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, man. There was a lot of like girls in bikinis.
Yeah, todas esas películas of the doctor, the perverted doctor.
Oh,
what was that fool's name? Not Cándido Pérez, but Cándido Pérez had all those ones too.
He did too.
Yeah, OG there.
Cándido Pérez, man. I remember that guy. I think he's still doing stuff, I think.
He's still doing it. You know, Luis de Alba, he does stand-up.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be at one of the improvs in, like, California. I felt like going, I think I might
buy
tickets.
Man, you should go. The homie Richard Villa.
Yeah.
He I think he like he used to tour with him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he toured with him. So, like, man, you should reach out to Richard, man.
I don't know that cat. I mean, I met him once or twice, but not like that, you know? But I think I might buy tickets to go see Luis de Alba.
Oh, bro. Like,
I was like, damn. Like,
when he was here, I wanted to get tickets because...
el día que se vaya el Piruris, you know, ojalá que no se vaya, like, soon, but el día que se vaya, I know I'm going to regret not seeing that fool, you know?
Yeah, which was... There was another one, another Mexican comedian.
Do you know, she's a female. She was, do you know, it was big. I don't know if it was big out here. La Chupis.
Oh, yeah, Chupitos. Chupitos,
Chupis, yeah. She always had that black tooth.
She had the black tooth. She looked like a dirty India Maria, right?
Yeah, una vagabunda.
Yeah, vagabunda, vagabunda, drunk and stuff,
pisteaba.
It's crazy how we just make fun of stuff like that, though, bro.
La Chupis.
Chupitos.
Because the other day we went for like in LA, there's a part of LA called La Placita Olvera.
Yeah.
And, you know, they always have cultural things there.
Yeah.
And then they had this thing from para el Día de los Reyes Magos.
Yeah.
I took my mom. My wife went with me. And there was this so at the end of the ceremony, like, there was había un mariachi, estaban tocando. Yeah. And then this lady estaba bailando. And estaba bailando sola. Yeah. And my mom was like, mira la chupis.
La chupis. The mom gets in the joke, bro. Yeah. It's fun to see that.
Era like borrachita la señora.
Oh, sí?
Yeah, era borrachita. You could tell because she like tenía una botella.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Damn. We see that at the Pulga.
Yeah,
they do that every Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen that. There's like...
when you guys come to LA, I'll take you to my favorite Pulga.
Bro, yeah.
I'll take you. Hay músicos.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Aquí también. There's also one like in San Antonio. In San Antonio, it's also Traders Village.
Yeah.
And like they got this dude called El Bronco.
Okay.
And he looks like the lead singer from El Bronco.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Lupe.
Yeah, Lupe Guadalupe Esparza, right?
I love Lupe, dog.
So he became a meme, bro.
Yeah.
He became...
Remember when Lupe was in Dos Mujeres Un Camino?
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Bronco's the shit.
Bronco was the shit, bro.
Yeah, Bronco's the shit.
I always liked Dos Mujeres Un Camino.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, man.
Yeah.
This dude got two chicks. It was Eric Estrada.
Era
más feo, güey.
Era trailero.
It's always a trailero, bro. It's always a trailero, bro.
My cuñado es trailero. Le voy a echar ojo.
Oh, yeah. Échale ojo. Ahí tiene dos.
Yeah.
Peleando por él.
I go, hey, fool, you got them lot lizards. I tell them.
Bro.
Yeah, but...
Hey, it's always los fellitos, no? Like tienen pegue.
Tienen pegue.
Because
they believe in themselves.
Oh yeah, they so they so confident and stuff, bro. Like, aunque están fellitos, no, yo tengo pegue.
Tengo pegue. Esto como chicle.
Mira, si está feo aquí, ¿qué significa?
Yeah.
Otras partes tan bonitas.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, that cracks me up. But
my uncle, bro, my uncle.
So dude look like Lupe.
Yeah, the dude, he looks like Guadalupe Esparza, and he dances with like all the girls at the Pulga.
At the Pulga.
He's like an influencer, bro.
Okay, when you guys go to LA, if you and Luis and you guys go, I'll take you to La Pulga over there. There's a Pulga over there called the Alameda Swap Meet. Yeah, and it's popping. Siempre hay músicos, hay payasos, hay de todo. And then like venden comida, you know, tacos de canasta and all that.
Oh, the canasta. They do tacos and stuff here, man. But like the whole the influencer and TikTok. Do you do a lot of TikToks or not?
No, I don't do it. I should. I'm bad with it though. You know.
Man. I just started believing in myself, so I started.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So I started like putting some, especially like with the content that I do from here from the from the podcast. Now I started uploading a little bit more. So yeah. So.
Oh, that's
dope.
I
just started doing
good.
More.
Yeah, you should. But I should too. I'm gonna start. Yeah.
But I see videos on TikTok. I see more videos than posts because I think I like doing stuff like I told them that I like watching like lawn mowing videos.
Yeah.
Like when people go out there and they see like an overgrown yard.
No se te quita lo jardinero, ¿verdad?
No se me quita, güey. Hasta lo puedo ver. Lo puedo ver.
I watch those too, dog.
Yeah.
You know, you know my homie Jesus Trejo?
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
Yeah. We toured a lot too with Chingo Bling.
So Jesus, that's my boy. He wrote on this fool.
Yeah.
He was one of the writers. Mm-hmm. And I remember when we were in the writer's room, ese güey ordenaba un sandwich and some chips, you know?
Yeah.
And then he would and just instead of opening the bag of chips and eating them like that, he'd put it like la sacaba toda next to his sandwich, and I go, damn, pues no se te quita lo jardinero, ¿verdad, güey? He just started laughing. I go, comes como jardinero, güey. And then I go, ya eres escritor, cabrón.
No estás en break, ya.
No estás en break, güey. Aquí no hay pedo, güey.
Yeah, man.
No se va a enojar el patrón.
Oh, man, I miss Jesus, bro.
Yeah. Jesus is a good dude, man. Yeah. But I remember when he was eating like that, because I used to, like every now and then I used to do jardín with my compadre.
Yeah.
My compadre is a jardinero.
Yeah.
And so de morro, like, me llevaba, you know, a
trabajar.
And so we would always, you know, get our sandwiches and our chips, like, pull them all out and or put them in our sandwiches and shit like that. So I was told, when I saw Jesus do that, I go, damn, fool, no se te quita lo jardinero. Because that fool was a jardinero too. His dad, his pops was a jardinero.
Dad, he was telling me a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh man. When you started, when you did Jardinero, did you know how to do it like at first?
No,
like,
I never did it enough to like get down like that. My compadre, he gets down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he would take me. You know, he would take me to go work with him, or I go work with other people when I was like a kid. But when I got older, I'll go with my compadre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only had a lawnmower because that's the only thing we had. I did a lawnmower. So like when I got older, I got tickets.
Yeah.
And I had to go do community service.
Okay.
In the community service, you had to do like weed eating and yard work. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, man, just give me the lawnmower and I got it. Mm-hmm. But then they gave me a leaf blower.
Oh yeah.
We can never afford a leaf blower.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to use it. Mm-hmm. So I was over there, cochinero, bro, and it was the white people that were in charge of it. Like, look at him, he don't even know what to do.
No,
he don't know. He's too
he's too from here.
He's too assimilated.
Yeah, he's too civilized.
He's too civilized out here. No, man, it's a pleasure to have you up here, bro.
Thanks, man. It's been cool.
Yeah.
When you go to LA, I'll take you guys to La Pulga.
For sure, bro. I'll be over there, man. Yeah. Hell yeah, La Pulga. I want to take you to the Pulga over here.
Yeah,
the Pulga over here is crazy too.
Yeah.
It's just more Tejano, more. Oh man, you don't know about Tejano music, do you? Like a lot of Tejano music here, like Selena. Selena was more like Tejano.
And then there's also what's the famous ass fool from out here? I just looked up his music.
Bobby Pulido?
No, accordion homie.
Flaco Jimenez. Yeah.
He's dope.
Yeah, he's dope. There's a lot of dope musicians here.
Yeah,
like they had their own genre.
Yeah,
which is Tejano music, and it was Mexican American music.
Yeah,
but they
it has a distinct style because it mixes like cumbia and
and it was more, especially when Selena came out, Selena and then her brother AB started doing all the cumbia stuff.
Oh yeah, cumbia kings.
Yeah, the electro cumbia, and they started mixing piano with it and
the keyboards,
saxophone. If like for a Tejano group, they would have, it would look like an orchestra.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, and then the accordion.
Yeah.
So it was like, I remember it was like this group called like Debe Ligarse Los Musicales.
Yeah.
They would do saxophone, trumpet, all that, and it'll be a cumbia.
Damn, that's dope, dude.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah. So it's a distinct music.
It's a distinct sound.
Yeah.
You can hear it for sure.
Yeah, but then it died down a lot.
Oh yeah.
It died down. It's like everything they just stopped doing Tejano music for some reason.
Is it coming back, you think?
I don't think so. I feel like it was their era and that was it.
Oh.
Yeah. But a lot of people still hear it here. Yeah.
And I feel like Selena is more relevant than ever.
Oh yeah, she's more relevant, especially when like a lot of people start bringing her up again.
Yeah, or you hear people like Beyonce give her a shout out, you know, like stuff like that. Like it's relevant.
Everybody knows Beady Beady Bom Bom.
Yeah, everybody does.
Everybody.
Yeah, Como la Flor. You know, I remember when she passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when she passed. I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
And then I remember all the little girls in my school crying and shit.
Yeah.
Because they all had like, you know, the folders with the little slip in it where you could put your stuff.
My sisters, they were all crying. Lloraron. Dice, ¿qué pasó? Selena. La mataron. ¿Quién? Yolanda. Yolanda, bro.
Gremlin ass bitch.
Gremlin ass bitch.
Era marimacha, no?
Yeah, I think so.
I think she probably had the hots for her. I think era marimacha.
You know,
no offense to the marimachas, you know? Like,
no offense to the studs out there.
Yeah, no offense to all the lesbian homegirls, but I think era marimacha.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. She had like a crush on her or something, right?
I think so. I think that was it. Era marimacha.
You can't be with me. You can't be with nobody.
Yeah.
Can't be with nobody.
Yeah, si no te gusta la panocha.
Yeah. Now everybody that looks like Yolanda is like hated on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. To me, she looked like that lady from the Poltergeist.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, the Poltergeist lady. So I was like, no, she deserves it.
Yeah, esa pinche vieja tiene el chamuco.
Tiene el
chamuco.
Tiene el chamuco. Es el demonio la condenada. Oh man, it's a pleasure, man. We got with the homie Chris Estrada. Yeah. Hey, we do something here in the I forgot the podcast name. For the chamuco. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Podcast. So we do something here like to motivate the homies or motivate the youth or motivate like the people that you want to motivate. So we have a segment on here. So we're gonna leave you here with like a little bit of music, and you can look at this camera here, and motivate the world, bro.
Okay. If I could motivate anyone right now, especially young men, if you find yourself dating a dime for the first time in your life, don't fucking listen to them. Do you? Because when I was 25, I did it the first dime in my life. And I told her I wanted to do comedy, and she said, that's embarrassing. And you know what I did? I fucking listened to her. And it fucked my life up for another 5 years. Because I didn't start comedy when I was 30. Could have started when I was 25. Don't listen to dimes. Believe in yourself.
Chris Estrada right there, man. Go out there and go check out this fool on Hulu, man, streaming now. He's also at the Addison Improv. Any tour dates you got coming out? Coming up next?
I have them, but I forget them, man.
Anywhere where we can reach out and see
Instagram.
Go to Instagram, Chris Estrada
Comic.
And go out there and check out his tour dates, man. Check him out. Really funny comic, Chris Estrada. Let me tell you something, podcast. I see y'all. Thank you.
Thanks, G. That was fun, man.
Oh, man,
that was fun. Yeah, that was really fun. Yo vieja tenía el chamuco. Ya tenía el chamuco la vieja.